You're watching ESPN First Take, presented by DirecTV.
Getting a victory against the #1 ranked Florida Gators is always a tough task. It's a tough task for any opponent. But according to USA Today oddsmaker Danny Sheridan, it will be next to impossible for Charleston Southern. When the Buccaneers face the Gators this Saturday in Gainesville, although sportsbooks do not post lines on games involving non-Division I teams, Sheridan has installed the Buccaneers as 73-point underdogs. For a closer look at what it's like to prepare to face the national champs, the defending national champs, we welcome in Charleston Southern head coach Jay Mills. Coach, that is a daunting task when you hear that. That's 10 touchdowns. Why travel to Gainesville to play the defending national champs? What does your club have to gain by doing that?
Well, first of all, I think it's multiple reasons for playing this game, and number one is, in no particular order, but number one for us is we're a Christian school, and we're a school that has a vision for integrating faith nationally, being recognized for integrating faith with leading, learning, and serving. And so what better stage and format than the course of athletics? And this is going to be most likely the largest venue that we've ever had in the history of our university to present that vision to the university. Other factors involved as well, too, is these young men, many of them being recruited from the state of Florida. Over half of our team is from Florida. Many have grown up to be Florida Gator fans. And most young men, since the moment they get into Pop Warner, have dreamed of donning a uniform and running out in front of 90,000 people. But most young men are never going to get that opportunity. And that's still what college athletics is about. And we're forever indebted to the University of Florida for realizing dreams of the young men in our program.
I imagine the paycheck won't hurt either, right, Coach?
Well, it won't hurt at all as well, too, and it's going to benefit the entire university. We're hoping to build a new athletic facility. This will go a long ways towards helping that. That new athletic facility will give each sport at the university its own locker room for the first time ever. It will give the students at CSU a PE locker room for the first time ever as well, too. An academic resource center for our athletes, so it's going to help out the entire Charleston Southern community.
You guys finished very well last year. You won your last 4 games to finish at 7-5, yet I'm sure you've heard the news that Sheridan has you guys as a 73-point underdogs. How do you feel about that? How does the team feel about that?
Well, first of all, my daughter called yesterday from New York, and she said that she thought we were 73-point favorites, so I guess it depends on who you talk to, but you know, we don't spend a lot of time thinking about that. I think the thing is that this is about opportunity, and this is about realizing dreams as well, too. And these young men have been preparing hard all summer long. They've been here for long hours and training for this game and for the entire season. We hope we have some momentum coming off of last year. We realize that it's a daunting task ahead of us, but, you know, those things are the reason why you play games. And, you know, this is why it's college athletics and not professional football that we're talking about. This is still about opportunities and educational environments that a lot of young men don't get. When we go to Hawaii, we take our young men to the U.S. Arizona. When we go to New York and play a game, we take them to Ground Zero and these types of things, in the National Mall in D.C. This is just another opportunity for young men to be exposed to something that they normally don't get in life. It's going to be a lifetime memory, win or lose.
All right, Coach, I imagine you've thought about what your final message to the team will be before you run out onto the field at Gainesville. What will your pregame speech be to them? What do you plan on saying?
Well, believe it or not, I haven't really penned that yet. I have an idea what I'm going to tell them the day before, the night before the game, at our walk through the day of the game, but I really haven't led up towards that point. And that usually is standard for us during the course of the week, and as much as we can, we're trying to make this a normal course of a week, although the attention and all has been unlike any other week that we've had before. But our focus generally has been about ourselves, preparing ourselves for the football game to perform to our best of our ability. We want to make sure that whatever we do, that we hand ourselves in a first-class manner, because we want to honor our Creator in what we do, and we want to make sure that we finish, win or lose, in the most positive aspect that we can.
Know that you're win or lose, that's the yardstick most coaches use for a successful outing. It's as you know, it's next to impossible that your team can beat Florida, but what has to happen on the field Saturday for you and your club to come out of there thinking that this game was a success for you?
Well, I think, first of all, we evaluate things a little bit different at Charleston Southern University. Success or failure, you're right, in a performance-driven society, it's based on the W's and the L's, and we want to win just as much as Florida or anybody else that competes this coming Saturday and each and every Saturday. But the thing about what we try to instill is our identity is not going to be based upon what the scoreboard reads after the ball game, whether it reads a success or a failure in the fans' eyes and alumni's eyes and so forth. What it's going to be based upon is doing our very best. We're about excellence in the things that we do. We follow a theme of first we will be the best, then we'll be first, and that's what we really can control along the way.
Well, Coach, you know the saying, everybody loves an underdog, and with that in mind, on Saturday, your team may well be the most beloved team in college football nationwide. Good luck to you, Coach Mills, as you get ready to take on the top-ranked Florida Gators.
Appreciate it, Jay. Thanks for having us on.
Game time Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. You can actually see that on ESPN 360.